Hi, I'm Dan Ginden, and this is A Day in the Life. We give you a behind-the-scenes look at people who have some really interesting jobs. Now, we're not saying that you don't have an interesting job, but these are just a little cooler. Today, we visited the Ecotarium in Worcester to get a behind-the-scenes look at those who care for the animals.
Having a passion for science and nature just all rolled into one great place.
That, in a nutshell, is what the Ecotarium is all about. You'll need more than a few nutshells, though, to get the full feel, interest, and drive of this place that has been around since 1825. It's carried its name of the Ecotarium since 1998. The future of this hands-on museum is the same as it has ever been, to bring science and nature education to those that come through the doors. These days, that means a lot of school kids, from kindergarten up through high school seniors, coming here for a unique and exciting opportunity to explore science and nature.
Give me that. Got that.
The lifeblood that keeps the Ecotarium and its mission alive is the hard-working staff and volunteer base. Ecotarium President Joseph Cox.
You know, you can't have an institution that serves almost 150,000 visitors every year, that has an incredible wildlife collection, 55 acres of grounds, without people who are truly passionate about coming here each and every day. And our staff, our volunteers, and to those people you haven't met yet, our corporators, our trustees, and our donors, they truly believe in this organization. And you see that when you talk to any of them about what they do each and every day. If you've got a school field trip coming here, and those kids are here for 2 hours, that field trip has to inspire those kids and be something they remember 10, 15, 20 years from now. And our staff do that wonderfully.
I'm gonna steal some veggies from you. I'll give him a couple blueberries too. Hasn't had those in a while.
Nicole Oj is one of those wonderful people who work at the Ecotarium. She started out as a volunteer and worked her way up through temporary positions to where she is now, a full-time staffer.
You know, I'd come here as a kid, you know, there were always field trips here and stuff, and I think it was like, oh, maybe I should check that out. Maybe they're looking for volunteers, and it worked out.
For Nicole, the interest in animals, as well as a love for them, has always been there. So you must want to know, as we did, what kind of animals does she have at home?
So we've got a dog, a cat, I've got a corn snake, a crested gecko, and some millipedes are my weird pet. Wow. Which I used to be scared of until we had the big African giant blacks here, and they're just really neat, and all they eat is old veggies, so.
Nicole's day, along with that of her fellow co-workers, starts off in the kitchen prepping meals for the animals. Right now, she is prepping food for Racket. This macaw eats once a day.
I'll occasionally go back up and visit him in the afternoon if I have time, and we'll do like an extra training session or save his enrichment for the afternoon and do it then. So he gets Zupreme, which looks and smells like Trix cereal. He gets some veggies. I'll give him some blueberries today as a special treat too. All right. And I think we're ready to go up.
What Nicole is heading off to do now is what she calls her favorite part of the job.
I like doing the training and enrichment the most because it's really a chance to interact with the animals closely. And I mean, the training especially, it's one-on-one. It's just you and them. You get to see them grow. And I like doing the enrichment too. Just it gives them, you know, seeing them do some of their natural behaviors, have fun with a toy you give them. Hey, birdie. How are you, sweetheart? So this is Racket, our red-fronted macaw. Hey. So right now I'm his only trainer, so I work with him every day I'm in. Hey, sweetheart. I know. What's going on? Hi. What? What's the matter? You don't have to be nervous. You excited? Do you see the toy? Yeah. Are you a good bird?
Nicole's first stop is usually the otter tank, but on this day, she saw Racket first for feeding, cage cleaning, and training.
You do no hands? Over here? No, you ready to come out? Come over here. Okay, okay. Oh, don't be fresh. Are you nervous? Don't be fresh. What? Don't be fresh. Are you ready? Are you ready now? It's okay. Now you're gonna do it? Come on. Come on. You gonna do no hands? No hands? No hands! Good job. See, it's okay. Yeah. I'm gonna steal your dishes. Wow. Wow. Are you almost ready now?
Racket usually comes right out of his cage, but we think our cameras were making him nervous. No worries, though. Nicole finally got him comfortable enough to come out. Having him outside gives Nicole a better chance to clean up the rest of his cage. When she finishes, Racket's training continues.
All right, are you ready? Good job. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Good job. Wait. Good. Touch. Good. Turn. Good job. Step out. And step back. Good. Dance. Very good. Will you come here? Will you tell me a secret? It's okay. Good job. Wait. Good. Touch. Good. Here, you step up and step back. Good job. So Racket's had a foot infection in the past, so part of that having him do even a little waving movement is just to get a good look at the bottom of his seat to make sure he doesn't have it coming back, because it shows up as a little pink spot. So his left foot tends to be worse than his right, so I've been treating it 3 times a week. So he pretty much does it himself. I hold up the treated swab and he wipes his foot on it and gets a reward.
Racket's training is done every day that Nicole is working. New tricks are added from time to time. In fact, Racket's So You Think You Can Dance trick is a new one. Of the 15 birds at the Ecotarium, Nicole feels closest to Racket because they work together so much. Although a good relationship between the two was not always the case.
And we actually used to have a terrible relationship. So when we first got him, the first thing he did was bite me. And after that, our manager at the time, she'd put him on the ground in the office, he'd be like, oh, he's a sweetheart when he's on the ground, you'll be fine. He chased me out of the room. And it just became really hard if I was the one doing the inside routine and I needed to clean him out and have to like keep bribing him up to the corner with peanut butter so I could unscrew the dish, bribe him back so I could screw it back in. So last year when our intern who was working with him went away for 6 months to do a different internship, I started working with him and it was kind of like rough at first, but now he was a little fresh today. I don't know if he's nervous, but I'll carry him around on my hand and he's just fine.
Nicole says having lots of patience, lots of love for the animals, and lots of almonds helps the trainers and the animals get to that place of comfort. After working with each animal, Nicole will go back to the kitchen area to fill out a daily log.
So we write down all of the enrichment we do. So we wrote down on our daily log that Racket just got his foraging, and we'll put it over here also, like instead of just, you know, the little code for it, a description of what he got and if he enjoyed it or not. So we do that for all the animals that get enriched over the course of the day. So the mammals are once every day, the macaws and the duck are once every day. Everyone else is once a week.
Next up for Nicole, more birds.
All right, so this is birdhouse. So a lot of our birds live down here, and this is where we prepare all the outside diets, and we've got all our enrichment stuff too. So I'm going to be making the diets, and Taylor Jay's going to do the cleaning, just so we don't freak out the birds too badly. Yeah, I don't know if you want a bag too. It looks like the barn owl's exploded. White Christmas in there for you. No, the molting. There's a lot though. When we drove by this morning, it definitely looked like there was like, you know, a quarter inch of snow in the front. Yeah. I'm sure Archie's going to be the same way. He's been molting too. So we mix up the fruits and veggies, try to give them some variety. So like the pheasants always get blueberries, but we'll usually grate on a little bit of garnish of, you know, some sweet potatoes, zucchini. I threw on some peas today just for something different. But the basics are the same, like a certain amount of fruits or veggies. So it's just kind of what we have available and what we feel like giving them.
Yeah, I see you.
While Taylor Jay does some cleanup work in the turkey vulture's cage, Nicole explains what kind of food he gets.
He gets mostly mice, but he really enjoys rats. And for treats, he'll get meat, smelt, whiting. His trainer, who isn't in today, well, Amy's in, she's one of his trainers, but his primary trainer loves to try new stuff with him. She'll give him raw eggs, which he really enjoys. All kinds of goodies. Is a little picky about his mice. He likes them hairless, and he prefers the heads, feet, and tails. So sometimes he'll go in to clean, and all that's left is a mouse torso.
All the food gets weighed so that the animals are getting just the right amount. They are also rinsed off to make sure they get their food as clean as possible. The last step before feeding the birds is to get the medicine hidden inside the food.
What I'm doing now is just going to medicate up the mice. We have to hide it in their food.
Like children.
Just like children. That's what I always tell people when I'm giving the eagles their medicine in the morning, just like kids.
Amy Warren shows up now to do some training work with the turkey vulture.
I'm going to go in and train him with his treats and his medicine first, and then we'll feed him at the end if he does a good job. So hopefully he cooperates. Stan, there he is. Hey, Stanley. So this is Stanley. How you doing? You want to train? Good boy. Ready? Can you touch? Stanley, touch. Good. And touch over here. Good. Touch. Oh, we're going to turn. Touch first. Touch. Good. Now can you turn? Good. Good boy. Can you station? Good. You want the other mousey? Oh, we don't want that one. All right, let's see. Here you go. Here you go. We'll try again. Oh, now you want that one? No. There. Yeah, touch. Good. Ready? Can we touch? Nope. Touch. Good. You got it? A lot of our animals, most of our animals undergo some sort of training program. A lot of the purpose of the training is to help them participate in their own husbandry. So basically, we teach them to, follow the target, move around, get on and off a scale if they have a carrier, to go in and out of their carrier, to facilitate vet visits, to present certain parts of their body so that we can examine them if we need to. Like with the turkey vulture, when I was getting him to raise his head and trying to touch his feet, we're hoping that we'll eventually be able to let us look at his feet, because sometimes he has some issues with those. And we do it with a wide variety of our animals, mammals, birds, reptiles. And it's also part of their enrichment for the day. So it gets them thinking, gets them moving, and keeps them engaged.
How do you go about learning that?
Learning
the
that?
steps of it?
Some of it is on-the-job training. So we do have professional development workshops that teach us formally how to do the training, but also it's learning from each other, bouncing ideas off each other, kind of finding the best routine that's in the animal's best interest.
As we've already seen today, the staff, volunteers, and interns at the Ecotarium work very closely together. That is fine with them because all these people work so well together.
We all have the same interests. We all love the animals. We get each other. So the staff, we're all really close together. We get together outside of work and stuff. So it's a really great environment. We're all really close.
Still to come on A Day in the Life, Nicole heads into the fox's den.
And we're out. You got plans?
You bet. 50 million Americans struggle with hunger, but we can do something about it.
Excuse me, what's going on?
Dinner. Please join me in helping put food on their tables. Together, we can feed America.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get the plates.
Plates?
Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
I'm Dan Ginden, and you are watching A Day in the Life. If you are just joining us, we're in Worcester at the Ecotarium, where Nicole Auger has been training and feeding the birds. Now she's moving on to some four-legged animals.
So we're heading over to the fox exhibit. They're going to get their morning meal, so they get fed twice a day. I'm also going to be training the female fox, Roxy, while the male goes inside his crate to have his breakfast. And I brought some enrichment for them. I've got some toilet paper tubes with some paper towel and some treats balled up on the inside. So they get enriched, because they're mammals, they get enriched every day. We try to do a variety of different enrichment for them. They haven't had foraging in a while. So foraging is anything where they have to work for their food a little bit. We'll do peanut butter smears, hide treats and things like this, or in boxes. Kongs with peanut butter are a favorite treat. The male fox gets fed inside the keeper area. He's got his crate with his bowl of food in it. And he's very eager to go in. He knows he gets his food in there. The female, we're working on getting her used to the crate. So right now she's just got the bottom half, which is what she was following the target into. And that's mostly just to get her used to the feel of the plastic under her feet and the fact that it can wobble a little bit or things like that, just so it's not such a scary thing. And hopefully one of our amazing exhibit guys is going to build her a new crate that has 2 big doors on either end, so we can work on targeting her all the way through it and then eventually hopefully shutting the doors. So they're getting some enrichment. They've got toilet paper tubes with paper towel and some dog biscuits. So he's finding most of them and actually eating them. She's taking them and burying them. She likes to cache her food. The male fox, Sox, who's 4 years old, he was found as an orphaned cub and kept as a pet by the rehabber. So instead of avoiding contact with people, he was kept in the house with her kids, cats and dogs. So he's learned to act like a dog. So when we go in usually with him, the first thing is he runs over, he'll flop over on his back for a belly rub, he wags his tail and he pants. The female fox, Roxy, was found injured, about 6 months old. She was probably hit by a car. She had her leg amputated. It'll be 2 years in October. She still had it when we got her. It was causing her a lot of pain. So she was on a lot of different pain meds for it. So the vets decided amputation was the best course for her. So she's off her pain meds. She gets around just fine without it. She's just as fast as he is, just tires out a little bit more.
It can be heart-wrenching to see animals like Roxy hopping around on 3 legs. But as you can imagine, it is worse for these dedicated staff members when one of the animals passes away.
It's awful. It's may as well just be your own pet. It's really rough. Like one of the lizards I worked with really closely actually passed in January after a long illness.
Walking around the Ecotarium, we notice the staff interacting with visitors. That is something that is also important to them.
You want to inform the guests, especially, like you'll hear them say something and you want to give them more information, correct them if necessary, and a lot of people ask questions. I try, even if I'm training, just let them know, 1 second and I can help you, sort of thing. But it's nice and people like to hear it, and it's always exciting to see them react to stuff too that you've told them, like the surprise, everyone's always shocked to learn the eagle's 42 years old, or same thing with the macaws. So we're gonna head up to the eagle and owl exhibits, the barred owls. So we're just gonna do a little cleaning in the exhibits, change their water, and the eagles are gonna get their medicine. So each have a medicine mouse. So they'll hopefully eat those right away. Sometimes the male does, the female might leave hers till we're gone, but you gotta at least drop it off for her. So we come in every day. We're gonna take out their leftovers. Sometimes they're really good eaters, sometimes they leave a lot. But when we go back to the building, we'll just write down what they did have left. We like to keep track just in case there's any patterns of them not eating or of leaving certain items frequently. Got it. Right. Let's see. I have at least a little bit of water to scrub this with. So sometimes they like to take baths in their water dish. They think they can somehow perch on the end of it, but so this time of year they'll get the bulk of their meal tonight just because of the bugs. That way they don't get irritated by bugs while they're trying to eat. And they can enjoy their food in the cooler part of the day. We put their medicine in the same spot every day, and they're really pretty good about taking the one that is theirs and not their partner's. So the females we leave over on this branch. So they've got their medicine in there. So they both have arthritis. You gonna move, Mama? Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. There you go. So this is the male Justice. He's about 40 years old. He was found in the Great Lakes region. He'd been shot. So that's why he has the droopy left wing. They both have a left wing injury. She was found in Maine. They're not exactly sure what happened. She was just found on the side of the road. And she is in her 20s. You're not going to eat it with us standing this close. You're just going to yell? Okay.
As has been the case all day, Nicole is off to the next set of animals here at the Ecotarium.
So we're going to be bringing the otters these lovely gigantic popsicles. That's kind of hard to see, but they've got some chopped up smelt and some blueberries in it. This is one of their absolute favorite treats that they always get excited for. So me and Amy are going to go around back and dump these in the pool. Hey kids! You guys just pooping on all the rocks today. What's going on? Do you want to throw first or do you want me to throw first? All right, I'm hucking it.
You're gonna cheat?
So the one that's twirling around with the ice block is the female Ariel. She is 6 years old this year. The one that just got the block now is Slidell. He's 7 years old. He's actually been here since he was 8 weeks old. So the staff at the time hand raised him. He had to go home at night with them for bottle feedings every 2 hours. Learn to swim in their bathtubs. So there was actually a little bit of a culture clash when he was a little bit older and Ariel came along and she knew she was an otter and he thought he was a small furry person. But they get along great now. They're pretty inseparable. Usually when you call for one, you get them both. So they get along really well. So a lot of people ask us too, do they stay out all winter? That's actually, I think, their favorite time of year. The first snow we have has got to be the best day for them and the most amusing day for us. They just go everywhere on their bellies, they slide. I've watched them go down the hill in the exhibit. They have so much fun. So, and Ariel especially, she loves ice. So she comes out in the morning in the winter, she finds a spot, starts chewing on some ice, likes to swim under it. She'll eat the whole block for the most part and then work on his because he'll eat all the goodies and leave the block floating.
While there is no doubting that Nicole loves all the animals at the Ecotarium, she does admit to having a close relationship with Pablo.
So this is my buddy Pablo. He's an Argentine black and white tegu. So I've been working with him the longest of any of the animals here, probably about 3.5 years at least. He was someone's pet. He came to us when he was about, a foot long. And they thought he was unmanageable at that size. I'm not sure. I'm assuming they knew he was going to get this big. He's 4 feet long, about 11 pounds now. So when he's my buddy. So there's a few different species of tegu. They're native to South America. They fill the same role in the environment as a monitor lizard would, but they're not related. It's a great, easy. You missed. It rolled away, pal. Here, I'm gonna try again. Do you want a grate? There you go. Nice job, buddy. Right here. Get you lined up. You getting up? You can do it. Pablo.
What Nicole is trying to do with Pablo is get him on the scale so she can weigh him. That's part of his health check to make sure he is doing well. Although it doesn't look like Pablo wants to do his weigh-in today.
So we do all positive reinforcement training, so it's totally voluntary for them to participate. So there's no negative consequences if he decides he's not getting on the scale today. We'll just work on a different behavior instead.
After some more coaxing, Pablo agrees to show off by getting in the scale.
Good job, buddy. Come on, sweetheart. There you go. Nice job. So he's had a mouth infection in the past, so we try to keep up with treating it so that it doesn't come back. So after he eats, especially meat, we'll wipe his mouth down. He's usually tolerant enough.